We're talking where to go and what to do Thanksgiving, and we have a review of Martha Stewart's documentary.
And wait until you hear what somebody spent $6.2 million on.
Welcome back to Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea on living your best Long Island life. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Sharon. Welcome back.
Thank you. Has this been the longest week ever?
Yeah. Yes.
Ever?
I always feel like this before Thanksgiving.
Oh.
I think the week before Thanksgiving always feels like it's the longest week.
Right. Because you think it's because you're anticipating the holiday?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's been, or because everybody packs every single thing
Yeah.
into life
Yeah.
the week before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what happens?
I think so.
That's what's happened to us
Yes.
this week. So with that in mind, it's going to be a fun show. How you doing, Sharon?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good. I mean, it's been a great week.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. It's just been like, I honestly don't know where I am, what day it is.
I know. Well, you are like we were just talking about right before we started recording, like nonstop.
Crazy.
From morning till night.
Yeah. I was looking at my notes to like because every now and, in between episodes, just a little behind the curtains, I write notes. So I remember what we need to recap or talk about or
Right.
sometimes I don't mention it, but just in case.
And keep like a running list.
Just little bullet points to jog my memory. And then Michael just gave me like a mind-blowing hack.
He totally like blew your mind.
I'm like, what? So, because I'm always thinking that
And I forgot this.
you knew this?
I did because I think that you may have known this too.
I did know this at some point.
Yeah, but we just forgot.
Okay. To me, this was brand new news.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm always scared that I always think I deleted my notes,
Right.
which then I have nothing to talk about,
Right.
Because I have no memory of anything. So I'm like, oh my God, I almost deleted my notes again. And Michael's like, oh, if you ever delete anything or if you've typed something and you need to untype, you literally shake your phone,
Right.
and it comes back.
So crazy.
What?
It's so crazy.
I need to know from the hot teas if I was the last person on the planet to know this.
No.
Did you
I
know?
think I was
Do
the
you know
last
that you
person
can
too,
type
so.
pew pew?
Yes, I know this.
Have we done this? Have you done this? You can type PEW, and it gets like Star Wars. It's like pew pew, and it gets laser lights. That's new.
Yeah, that's fun.
That I knew. That's complete useless information.
Yeah. I knew that.
Shaking your phone and like retrieving valuable information. I don't remember that, but I know how to type pew pew.
And get laser lights.
Thanks. Yeah, and get laser lights. Or now that you can do the thumbs up if you're on FaceTime and stuff. Do you ever do that?
What?
You can be like, hey, and it gives you little like balloons, different hand signals that you make when you're on FaceTime.
So fun.
We should do like a secret hack thing.
That's fun.
Maybe in the new year.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
I wonder if there's a bunch of new secret hacks with the new iPhone 16 with AI.
That I really want to get it, but I'm scared of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Of course. It's like, can I just tell you, my Alexa listen? I mean, we all know that we're getting listened to.
Right. Well, that's what I'm worried about. Like the 16, like with the AI, like what is it going to do to my pictures?
Hopefully good things for me. If AI wants to update all my pictures. Oh, you mean, is it going to take your pictures?
Yeah.
And you don't think it's doing that anyway?
I don't know.
I don't know. Every now and then. So because we have Alexa and Google in our house, and then Thomas hates the Google. We like always fight over it. But
Why does he hate the Google?
Because he's just an Amazon Alexa type person. And when it all first came out, I had to be like counterpoint and get Google. I was convinced that Google was going to take off.
Yeah.
And nobody else has the Hey Google thing. So that's in the kitchen.
Okay.
And it never works right. And Thomas is always like, I told you so. I told you.
Well, Alexa sometimes doesn't really work either.
Alexa, first of all, Thomas and Alexa, I have to like mediate between them. I'm like,
I
they
can totally
fight.
picture this.
They fight.
Yes.
Because he has everything on the planet set up to like remote, like our Christmas tree lights, everything is on timers. It's all done.
All through the Alexa.
Which I love. All through Alexa. And so, but every now and then Alexa like full gives him attitude.
Yeah.
And acts like she doesn't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then he yells at her. I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys,
I know.
just
I think
Everybody.
Everly's like first
calm down.
phrase was like, Alexa, shut up. when
know.
she was like 2.
But we'll be talking, and the Alexa in our bedroom, and you can hear, like, you can see the lights.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything, but the lights going. I'm like, Alexa, this is a private conversation.
Yeah. Go to bed.
Yeah. What's this?
Yeah.
No one's asking you to chime in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know where I got on
Well,
Alexa.
funny enough, because I don't think she does know everything, because Braden is taking language in 7th grade and he's taking Latin, which is very interesting choice. I don't know why he chose this.
I didn't even know they still offered that. That's
Right.
awesome.
It is awesome. However, Alexa knows nothing in Latin. Every time I'm like, how do you say corned beef?
So,
you know?
Sharon, you just cracked the code.
Yeah.
Okay. So when Terminator happens and the robots take over, Braden is going to be our only hope. The only person that knows Latin. That it's like, it's almost like the Navajo code talkers.
Right.
Right? That do you know the story about the Navajo code talkers in World War II? And I know this very acutely, being from Arizona,
Right.
the Navajo Nation of Native Americans. What the U.S. government did is they had these Navajo code talkers that would communicate in the Navajo language, because the enemy didn't know it. It was the only language. They couldn't break the code, and so they actually helped immensely win the war, because they would speak in Navajo.
Wow.
And the Japanese didn't know it.
Wow.
Couldn't crack their code and their language, which was, I think, anyway. So now we know that the modern day Navajo code is Latin.
Yep.
Because Alexa doesn't know it.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
we just saved the world.
Yes.
FYI. I don't know how we were talking about that, but it has been a crazy, crazy week. And it started, I think I was even recapping all the way back to the HIA-LI women's conference that we did. That was since the last show.
We didn't talk about it. Yeah. Yeah. Because it was
Right,
the
'cause
day
it was
after.
Friday.
Yeah.
And
oh my goodness.
I know.
What
right?
a great,
It was so
great
good.
show.
400 women, people,
I
men
can't
and women.
believe that. I mean, that was mind blowing to me, because I was talking to Terry Alessi, Miss Sally, the president and CEO of HIA. And she said, we started out 14 years ago with 40 people. 40 people.
400.
And
Packed.
14 years later is 400 people. You guys made a nice little news splash on News 12, I saw.
I saw that. Yeah, that was great. No, it was a really, I did a fireside chat with Erin Colton from News 12, who's like, as we're saying, she's like our cousin at this point,
Yeah.
as Sal Valentini would say. She's our cousin.
She's our cuz.
She's our Long Island cousin. And she's fantastic, and great conversations. It was really awesome. So much energy in the room.
much.
I was totally shopping like crazy. They had all these great vendors there.
Yeah.
Girl, Apple Pay is not my friend.
Oh.
No. Used to be like, I don't have cash.
Yeah, that's
And now they're like,
okay.
oh, I take Apple Pay. You're like, oh, great. Well,
Cool.
I guess I'm buying everything. But I was going to tell you a funny story, because it was Friday night and it was done, I can't remember, like in the afternoon. And it was just so much great energy. It was like on a high.
Yeah.
I was wearing my cute fit my yellow sweater, and I was my Rent the Runway outfit that I had pulled. And I was like, I didn't want it to end.
Right.
I was like talking to you and Stacy. I'm like, let's go somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's go have lunch. Let's go do something. And
Yeah.
Stacy's like, I got to take my son to the doctor. And you're like, I got to go back and do like a bunch of accounting stuff. I'm like,
Great.
never mind. So I guess I'll go back to work. Thanks. I went back to work.
Yeah.
And, but it was like from home, right?
Yep.
So I went back and I did which was good. I actually had a bunch of stuff to do, but I walked in and it was so cute, because I'm just going to humble brag for a minute about my husband. Because I walk in and I hadn't said any of this to him, and he's on a call and he goes, hey, real quick. I made, dinner reservations tonight. I made 2 different ones. One's at 5:45, one's at 6:30. This place or this place. Take your choice, and I'll cancel the other one. And I'm like, what?
What?
And it's like, it's so great when your partner especially just like reads your mind and knows you. And I was like, oh my God, really? Thank you so much. And so I picked the early one.
Of course.
Because old. and I don't like being out late. And so I picked the early one, which was great. And there were 2 restaurants that we don't go to very often, very, unique, unusual places that I've been wanting to go to. And it was just so great. And so I was so excited. And I'm like, thank you so much. How did you know? And he goes, well, you had this great outfit on. And he's like, when you left, he's like, we can't waste this outfit.
I love him.
And I'm like, and he's like, that's why I wanted to catch you as soon as you walked in the door so you didn't change.
He's so stinking cute. I can't.
Right?
You're a lucky duck. That is awesome.
It was because, we used to do date night every week.
Yeah.
And we don't do that anymore because there's no kids to get away from.
Right. Date night
We
every
don't need
night.
to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like now, why go out when it's like our whole house is empty?
Yeah.
So we don't do date night. And it kind of fell out of it for a while. So it was like, isn't that so great? Like, just everybody listening, just do that extra thing for your partner every now and then.
Sweet.
And he was like, I feel so bad that you're so excited over a dinner reservation.
Why did he feel
like,
bad?
It makes me feel bad. Like, I should do this more. You should not be this excited.
Oh,
I'm like, no,
sweet.
this is amazing.
Yeah, that is amazing.
I just thought the thought of that
Yeah.
and understanding that I was loving my outfit, and I didn't say anything. I mean, I got up and left the house.
Yeah.
It's not like I said, anyway, I had a
That
humble
is
brag.
so
We had
cute.
such a good time at dinner. And it was so fun. And I don't know why I wrote down computer. This is what I'm saying, my notes. Computer. What does that mean? Like, if I shake my phone, it can remember what I was talking about.
Mike,
Why
does
would I
that
write
work?
computer
That's
on here?
funny.
I wanted to tell you something about a computer.
Your computer at home?
No, I don't think
You
so.
were working?
I don't think so. No, I can't think of anything exciting revolving around a computer.
All right.
But we did have a great time at dinner. And then this week has been so crazy. I did something I've always wanted to do, Sharon, which I've never done before, thanks to our good friend and executive board member, Matt Cohen.
Yes.
Who is the president and CEO of the Long Island Association. He teaches a class.
Oh, yes.
He teaches a class at SUNY Old Westbury College. And on Long Island economics and sustainability and all these things. It's like basically Long Island 101.
Right.
And he asked me if I would be a guest speaker,
I love that.
like a guest speaker at his class.
That's so cute.
And I've always kind of wanted to do that. I know a lot of people that are adjunct
Yeah.
professors or teachers. And, I've never had time to do it.
Right, right.
And now I'm like getting to the stage of almost empty nester where I was like, this was really fun. And so I went and I got to like teach the class on how the economic impact of tourism and how we at Discover Long Island promote tourism and elevate the brand and what it means and how it goes beyond, just marketing and and it was such a great class. They were blown away.
Okay.
It was awesome. It was really fun. They were super into it.
I love this. So are you going to do it again?
I don't know. Maybe.
I love that.
Matt was like, you should be a professor. And I'm like, it's fun to do it once. I don't know if
you can do it all the time.
yeah,
and
it's like,
grade
remember
papers.
that time I wanted to be a pure bar instructor?
Yeah.
And thank God I never did.
Yeah.
Because then sometimes the thing that you enjoy doing becomes a burden. Like once it's a responsibility. So I don't know. But I really am grateful to the students and to Matt.
Did anybody follow up with you or like any of the students like reach out?
Yes.
I love that.
So funny enough, I was talking about one of the biggest things that's going to impact tourism moving forward. And I was like, anybody guess? And they were like transportation, housing, all these great answers. And I was like, AI. And they were like, oh my God. So then one of the guys goes, yeah, because we were talking about how we use AI and Lily in the chatbot and they loved it on our website, discoverlongisland.com. If you want to ask Lily, our AI chatbot, a question. But one of the students said, oh, I used AI to ask about you before you came to like do some research on you. And I'm like, oh, what did it say?
I love this.
I'm like, oh my God, what did it say? And he like read it. He was like, oh, it's this, and talked about how long you've been here and all your awards. I'm like, oh,
that's so cool.
so cool. And so then he linked in with me, and then I was at an event this morning, and one of the students was there.
Oh,
and
that's
he was so
awesome.
great. And he was like, he's like, you're so strong. You're just a remarkable woman. He's like, and you don't make a big deal about being a woman. You just do the work as a woman, and it's so impressive.
Wow.
And he's like, how you moved here as a single mom, without knowing anything, and you've taken this organization. I was like,
how did he know all this stuff?
AI, I guess.
Oh, wow. Wild.
Yeah. And somebody else came up to us today and was like, I'm a hot tea. I listen to your podcast.
Oh, so fun.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's been a very good energy week. And then what was I doing yesterday before? Oh my God. One of the fun things I get to do twice a year is, we are a private nonprofit, but we work with the county.
Yes.
And as part of that, we report to the Economic Development Committee of Suffolk County and the legislature. And they want to know what we're doing.
Of course.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
That they care enough about it. And so, but it's not like a regular speech that we do. Like I give presentations all the time and I give a speech. I love talking about what we do. This is literally like testifying before Congress.
Yes.
Right?
Stacy came with us and she was like, when we walked in the room, she's like, I didn't know it was like this. And I'm like, and you should see like the facial expressions. And I'm like, yeah, this is what we said.
I was like, is that what you expect? She's like, no, it's like really, it's intimidating. You're sitting here with a little bitty microphone, just like in Congress. And yep. And then everyone's behind their desk and their computer screens, and they can ask you anything, questions. We do presentation, but it's, like we were talking about last week, what Sherry Henry, one of my mentors, said: stay scared. Right? It's good that you're scared. So it's not anything. I'm confident, obviously, in what we do. I'm confident in the results that we get and the work that we produce. I'm very proud of it. I know the content. I know the material. Right. So you can ask me anything, and I know the material. It's what I've been doing for 30 years, so I better. But I don't take it for granted.
Right.
That it's easy or I don't go in lightly. I always go in like very serious and with a tremendous amount of anxiety.
Sure.
Just making sure that I represent the organization and the industry appropriately. So, and it was very well received.
It was very well received. And I think they asked really good questions. I mean, they were highly engaged. And I think that they, we've done this for forever. As long as you've been here, we've always had to present in front of them. And I just think that how you present the information, the data, the statistics, the numbers, really matter. And I think you do an amazing job doing so. And I think when they have those questions, it's really because the information we're providing is mind blowing, especially to them who don't understand people think tourism is, you're just going to visit the attractions or whatever, and they don't really understand the purpose of and mission of our organization. So when we go in and we provide that information and the reasoning behind it, I think it's like, wow, you know
what? And it's great. And the cool thing is these are legislators that represent every corner of Long Island,
right,
and Suffolk County, and it's bipartisan. And they come in on behalf of their constituents and their local businesses, and they want to know what we're doing. And they were so gracious. And I love the questions because it shows that they're paying attention and they care.
Exactly. They're engaged.
Yeah. And it's really, to your point, it's great to explain the strategy behind what we do, because I think they know what we do and they think it's great. But when you start to explain the strategy and the why and really the amount of thought that goes behind it, it's really nice. And one of them actually was like, just want to make sure you know that you're valued.
Yeah.
What you do is valued.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is just, what a wonderful thing to say to somebody.
Oh, absolutely. I was getting like a little emotional at that comment because,
it's been a tough year.
It's been a tough year. And it's just really to hear somebody at that level really understand what we do and why we do it, and then to give that feedback.
Yeah.
And
it was really awesome. Nice. It was great. And I'm glad to have it behind me. But it was a great experience. And I really want to thank all the legislators and all of the staff behind the scenes that are there, that help us. They're really great. And we keep in close contact with them all year long. So that was nice. And then I went straight to the East Wind.
Yes.
Beautiful property, the East Wind Resort, and where the East Wind shops are.
Yep.
And we had a mixer with all of our sales representatives of our hotels in Suffolk County. And we do that quarterly as well. We get them together and we share leads. And it's just, our team is everywhere and so busy all the time.
Yeah.
And I try to go and make appearances where I can and be there. And I really wanted to go and see everybody because I wasn't able to make the last one.
Right.
So I show up, and it was just great and awesome. And I got to see the rooms for the first time. Have you ever seen the rooms there?
Not
at the East Wind Resorts?
Yeah, not in a long time.
I mean, so it looks like a mansion,
Mm-hmm.
the resort itself. And then the rooms they're just like, they're palatial.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge property, and there's only 54 rooms.
Right. It's a beautiful property.
You would think there was over 100 rooms. It's giant.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show how big the rooms are.
Right.
Anyway, and it was just so fun. And then this morning was the LIA East End Committee, and there was like over 60 people there, and Newsday, and the president of the Long Island Railroad, and John Ryan, who is the USGA representative for the upcoming USGA Shinnecock in 2026 was there. Rob Carpenter, the head of the Agriculture
I love him.
Association was there.
Yeah.
He's so great. Just wow, what a packed room filled with like decision makers and business leaders, and then it's like not even the end of the week yet.
I know.
Like what?
Another day.
What?
Another day.
It's been so wild. So it's just been crazy. But I wanted to tell you all that. Oh, and then you had another radio interview.
I did.
I mean, you're like our radio celeb now.
Yeah, it was fun. I feel like it was last weekend. I don't know.
Yeah, it was Friday again, wasn't it? Friday? Was it Friday or Saturday?
Last Friday.
It aired over the weekend.
Over the weekend. Mm-hmm.
So how did it go?
I think it went well. Did you listen?
Yeah. So did you think like, do you feel more comfortable every time you do it?
Yes. I think so. Yeah, it was
did.
good. It's hard for, like, we do this every week.
Yes.
And this is me and you in a closed room and Michael staring at us. And then,
It's our
Chris.
comfort. It's our little
comfort.
safety nest.
But, when you're not,
You don't know what they're going to ask you.
you don't know what they're going to ask you. So,
Right.
and it was great. I love them over there.
Yeah,
Connoisseur
they're great.
Media.
And it's like what I said, the material.
Right. Yeah,
They can ask you anything, and the material.
Yeah.
And how you want to present the material.
exactly.
But it's awesome. They keep calling you back.
Yeah, so cute.
She's like, am I going to lose you
To the radio?
to said radio station?
No.
Are you going to go be a DJ?
That would be fun.
No.
No?
I think it's scary. Like our friend Lisa G was just,
Oh,
is
yeah.
no longer at her radio station after 11 years.
Yeah.
I love Lisa G. Lisa G, if you're listening, we love you.
Yeah,
And
we
Sharon and I
miss
were like,
you.
oh my God, Lisa G, no, we
I
love
know.
you. But that's the radio. That's a tough gig.
It is a tough gig.
Probably because of this,
Yeah.
all these podcasts.
Well, funny enough, they're doing their own podcast.
Oh yeah, you were saying
Yeah,
that.
so I met with the GM after. He was like, "Oh, you're back," thanking me for coming back and stuff. And they're doing their own little podcast platform.
Yeah.
In their media studios.
Even the radio
obvious.
stations are doing
Yeah.
podcasts. So, but we've been doing this for 4 years. So it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Real quick. Well, I'll do this in a minute, but I'll do it now before we get into our taste of Long Island. Sharon, the word of 2024, the Cambridge Dictionary word of the year has been released.
Okay, so 2024, it was authentic.
No, that was 2023.
Was it?
It was last year.
Oh, okay.
This is 2024 that we're in now.
Right.
I don't know either, by the way, what year it is. I keep thinking it's 2025 right now, too, because we keep talking about 2025.
Yes. Yeah.
So yes, last year was authentic.
Okay.
What do you think the word of the year is? Michael, do you have any guesses? Do you know?
Gaslighting.
Oh,
I feel like everybody started to use gaslighting this year.
yes.
Right?
That is a good guess.
Yeah. Should be.
Everything's I remember
I'm
when
gonna
the first
say-
I had to Google what gaslighting was, and now it's like everything.
Demure.
Oh, that's good. The word of the year, according to Cambridge Dictionary, is manifest. Everybody's manifesting it. I literally used that word earlier today before I saw this.
Wow.
I was like, because Angelica was saying something, and I was like, don't put that in the universe. Do not manifest. I was like, let's manifest positive good things.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's the only way to get through the day anymore. Is just manifesting positivity.
Huh.
What do you think?
All right. I'm here for it. I like
Okay,
it.
yeah. So you heard it here first. Manifest.
Manifest.
Word of the year. So manifest good things. You know what I'm manifesting is the incredible smell from
I'm dying.
this taste
I'm like,
of Long
this-
Island. I feel
Smells
like we
so
manifested
good.
this.
I know. And it looks so good. So our taste of Long Island is from Lilies in Babylon. I love this restaurant. They're really awesome. A traditional American paired with Irish pub fare. From bar snacks to entrees, the traditional Irish fare to sandwiches, they've got what your palate's craving. Today we're showcasing their Shepards Pie and their Reuben.
Yeah, it looks amazing. And Sharon was like, you were
Eyeballing
ogling.
it all. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you were ogling that shepherd's pie. She's
It
like,
looks so good. I love to make shepherd's pie, and you don't like shepherd's
I'm not.
pie.
No, I don't know why. I don't know why I'm not a shepherd's pie person.
Yeah.
It's like I love a good pot pie.
I love a good pot pie too. And my brother-in-law is like that. He doesn't like casseroles. He doesn't like anything all mixed together.
I think it's the ground beef because
Yeah,
I
this
like a
looks
good
so good,
casserole,
though.
but I like a creamy casserole.
Okay.
But this looks amazing, and the Reuben is like stacked.
It looks so good.
I mean, that is a huge
Yeah,
Reuben, and
it
I
is
just
huge.
it looks great. And Lilies in Babylon,
Yes.
that's your.
it's my
That's your
stopping
neighborhood,
grounds.
yeah.
I love Lilies. They're such a fun place because they do really fun things, and you don't realize it by looking at it from the outside. How many rooms they have? They have like a rentable upstairs where you can have bridal showers, baby showers, or things. And during the holidays, they do like fun events like wreath making classes, or like I've done it there a couple times. It's so fun. But they do have other events like dueling pianos for Thanksgiving Eve.
Did you know, we've talked about this, I think we talked about this last year. Thanksgiving Eve in a lot of places is like the biggest party night of the year.
Yeah, it's the biggest night out.
So how smart to have dueling pianos.
Dueling pianos.
Because you don't want to cook. You don't want to be at home. You're about to be at home the next day.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving Eve, you go out, you just party it up.
It's a lot of colleges. They come home
Yes.
for, a lot of kids from college.
Dueling
and
pianos is so fun.
cool. And then they also have the holiday bash on December 1st. They have paint night on December 16th. And then they do breakfast lunch with Santa on December 21st. So you can check out more of their events and packages by visiting lilyflanaganspub.com. Again, that's lilyflanaganspub.com.
That's awesome. And if you want to be a taste of Long Island, just email us at spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com. Or DM us or leave us voicemail or whatever. All the ways that Michael, just reach out to us. And Michael he'll find a way to get back to you. Okay, so a couple things. Did you know we talked about Thanksgiving, and this will air like right before Thanksgiving. Okay.
Yes.
So if you're hearing this in real time, Thanksgiving week, and you failed to make Thanksgiving plans or you don't know what you're doing, we've got you covered with our Discover Long Island blog at
Yes.
discoverlongisland.com/blog, of course. And there are some really great places to have Thanksgiving dinner on Long Island. One of my favorites is Blackstone. I mean, I just
I
love
love
Blackstone
Blackstone.
all the
Yeah.
time. By the way, I love it, love it, love it. So they have some, just of course, turkey dinner and all the fixings. And then and insignia too. Family, part of the
yes.
Blackstone, family. I think they're all Scotto Brothers, right? 110,
Yeah, they're all
Rare
Scotto Brothers.
650. Any of the Scotto Brothers restaurants are taking care of Thanksgiving.
They got you.
Right. You got to know. And the other one is,
Specifically,
go
Volpe.
ahead. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's a Scotto Brothers too.
Yeah. So Volpe is Scotto Brothers restaurant at the Fox Hollow, and they're so delicious. And they're doing Thanksgiving dinner, a 3-course dinner starting at $70 per person.
Okay. And by the way, also there's some great other hotels. I mean, our hotels,
Yes.
if you've got family there, just like, why do anything? Just go there and have dinner.
One of our board members is doing their Thanksgiving dinner at his hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that
Gus
fun?
was
I
talking
was
about
like-
that at the Hilton Long
Yeah,
Island.
he was doing it right. I was like, how are you doing that? I'm like, also, like, is your team nervous that you're going to be there?
That was a great question.
yeah.
He's like, no, they don't care. They're good. He's like, they do a great job.
Yeah.
They don't have to be. So, but like also, Desmond's where I was just at, the East Wind.
Yes.
They have a great one, a great Thanksgiving, Southampton Inn, Danford's
always,
any of the, Ohika, any of the great properties are doing Thanksgiving. So you're okay. Okay. If you're hearing this stressing out, you're going to be okay.
You're going to be okay.
You're going to be okay.
And
Think
of it. You don't have to cook.
Your turkey did not turn out the way you want, pick up the phone, last minute resi.
Yeah, you're good.
We've got a ton of ideas and options for you on discoverlongisland.com/blog. So just go there if you're in a panic. The other thing I was going to tell you is that we have our great sponsor that we love East End Getaway.
Yes.
And they have put together, just so you know, before we get into celebrity and stuff, there's a lot going on this weekend
Yes.
that we want to tell you about because
Yes.
we are in the holiday season
We
now.
are here for you, and so is East End Getaway.
Yes.
Friday, November 29th, annual candlelight tour and tree lighting at Southold Historical Maple Lane Complex. And then they have the holiday folk art and gift show at the Halleckville Museum Farm. That's happening all weekend. And then the Bonnick Festival of Lights in East Hampton, Friday and Saturday.
Oh, that's awesome. And let's see, Saturday, November 30th, because you know what? Let's be honest. Black Friday's over. Your family's in town. You're looking for stuff to do. So there's a ton of stuff to do on the East End. There's a ton of tree lightings and lightings, like the Montauk. This is your favorite thing. The Montauk's annual lighting of the lighthouse.
Isn't it so cool how they do that?
It's beautiful.
It is so beautiful.
It's truly iconic.
It is. And look, we just used that image in our campaign.
In our marketing. It is so cool to see that happen. And also the Riverhead Holiday Light Show at Splish Splash and the Riverhead Farmers Market. And Southampton also has their Christmas light parade, tree lighting, and fireworks.
That's so cool. And then Sunday, December 1st, is Santa's at the Montauk Lighthouse. And he's also going to Desmond's. Santa,
Well,
you're
he's
getting
busy.
around.
This is his time. This is his time of year.
There's also the afternoon tea at the Baker House in 1650.
That sounds nice to do the Sunday after, just like some light finger sandwiches
Yes.
and like, let's just calm down.
Yeah.
You're done
Have
with the
some tea.
leftovers. Let's go have some tea. It's like, and at Baker House is like gorge.
Gorge.
Love it. So check out all of the details on these events and plus other things to do on the East End at eastendgetaway.com. And thanks again, East End Getaway, for being incredible sponsors of the tea. So speaking of tea, and some Long Island Life, did you know that Gabrielle Union, she's that famous actress, I guess her husband is like some football player, right? Dwayne Wade. I don't know. Michael knew him. Of course, she's gorgeous and amazing. So she's got to be married to like a gorgeous and amazing football player. They just bought a very chic house on Long Island.
Ooh.
And no, you don't have to live in the Hamptons to have your chic house on Long Island. It's in Jamesport.
Oh my goodness.
2.6 million. Beach house.
2.6 million. I love that.
Basketball.
Oh, he's a basketball player?
Yep.
See, I don't watch sports enough, but
Right.
I'm sure he's someone rich and famous.
I love that. And also, Delvino Vineyard, located in the heart of Northport, has just been named one of Open Table's top 100 restaurants in America for
Again.
the fourth year in a row.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're so awesome. They're just going to keep that going.
I know.
That's gonna
They
keep going.
should, because they are amazing.
So good. Every time you go there, the wine is good, the scenery is good, the service is good. Like, I mean, you can't go wrong.
You can't.
And, that's just one of the many great, wonderful places to be on Long Island.
And dine. And dine.
Yeah,
and
exactly. And vineyards, one of the many vineyards. Are you ready for some celebrity?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, we'll start off with the depressing celebrity. Not really depressing, but R.I.P. to Arthur Frommer. Did you hear that? Arthur Frommer's budget guides. Remember Arthur Frommer?
No.
Like, do you know who Arthur Frommer?
No.
He's like a travel icon. So before podcasts, hot teas, and before the internet, there was Arthur Frommer's travel guides, and he actually was made famous by Arthur Frommer's budget travel guides.
Okay.
And I used to get his travel guides, and I've taken him to Paris. He's given me some of my favorite tips, his guides.
I know who
Yes.
this is. Yes. Okay.
Arthur
Aw.
Frommer. And you used to have to go to like the Barnes and Noble, the bookstore,
Yes,
and buy a
them.
travel guide. And you would take that and you would make your little notes.
Oh.
One of my favorite restaurant experiences ever was in Paris, and it was an Arthur Frommer budget travel guide recommendation. And it was like, they called it the friendliest restaurant in Paris on the unfriendliest street, because it was right behind the American embassy.
Okay.
And you had to walk, you couldn't drive there. You had to walk past like tanks
Wow.
that have the street blocked off.
Wow.
But it was like a prefix, and it was so fun. And I went there. It was like one of my anniversaries. I can't remember. And we were sitting next to a whole table of congressmen, because everybody from the embassy goes there. And they were negotiating like Turkish airspace right
Wow.
before the Iraq war. It was crazy. And the food was amazing, and the staff. Arthur Frommer back in the day, like he really was like the travel agent for everyone.
Right.
He was like
Yeah.
your own personal travel agent, and he lived an amazing life. He was 95.
Oh my goodness. R.I.P.
Yeah. I mean, this is people, before everyone just jumped on the internet and like
Right.
listened to some random
Podcast.
TikToker or podcaster like us. Also, I wanted to tell you, I took your advice
Okay. Which one?
and I watched the Martha Stewart documentary.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Dish it. Let's hear it.
Okay. Have you seen it, Michael? She is so savage. So Sharon was like, you got to watch it.
Have
Martha
to.
Stewart, she's savage.
Mm-hmm.
And so Thomas and I watched it last weekend, and it's so funny. I got like halfway through it, and I'm like, did Sharon want me to watch this? Because this is what I'm like. Because Martha Stewart has kind of a reputation for being
Mean.
very, mean.
She's mean.
Yeah.
But
I was
she's like-
going to say tough.
It's that like she says it on there. She talks about that. She's like how mean she loses a lot of people because they can't handle her.
Right. She's
And
a perfectionist.
She's a perfectionist, and she will be a perfectionist till the day she dies.
And by the way, it was fascinating to see. I highly recommend you watch it because you realize that whatever Martha Stewart does, she's successful at doing it.
Absolutely.
She started off as a Wall Street stockbroker.
Right.
Back in the day when women didn't do that.
Well, she was like,
She was a model.
Oh my
first.
gosh.
She's a successful model.
Right.
Because she's gorgeous. Then she's like, then I decided I'm going to be a stockbroker. And then I decided I'm going to be a homemaker in my garden and I'm going to do this. And then I decided I was going to launch a publishing company.
Oh my
And then I decided
God.
I was going to have a television show. And it's crazy. She's like ice queen, certainly. You can see that there's something like behind her eyes. Like she is an ice queen. But also,
she says she doesn't have any time to deal with nonsense.
right. And I'm like, this Sharon thinks of me. I'm like,
I don't think of you as an ice queen.
Well, I
but-
didn't think I'm an ice queen, but there was one scene. This is when I thought, this is what, and it's an it's a piece of old footage, like probably from the late 70s, early 80s, or I guess it was during her media mogul stuff. And one of her staff members shows her something, and she's like, here's what we're gonna do, and she looks at it, and just the disdain on her face. She's like, what? She's like, no, what?
Get that away from me.
And she couldn't even explain to the staffer what she was saying. She was like, she like she immediately picks up the phone and she's like, no, change this to this. We're going to do that. Like, why would you think that would be something we would do? We would never do that. And I thought, I wonder, sometimes it's hard, when you've been doing something for 30 years and it's all you do and, you're certified in it, you're an expert in it, and you're trying to teach somebody new
Right.
how to do something. And people are great. I'm sure people felt like that to me when I was starting out. I know I got those responses
Right.
from people I worked for. And sometimes your first reaction is like, why would you do that?
Right.
Why would you think that's okay?
I seriously, I love her.
She was amazing.
I loved her. I love her story. I think it was incredible.
And it's really interesting to see her downfall
Yeah.
and how they couldn't catch her on doing something wrong with the investing.
Right.
So, but they were just like, they were determined to take her down. Why? Because maybe she was an incredibly powerful, attractive woman and people didn't like it.
Yep.
So they caught her on some kind of, minuscule, because she said, I can't recall. Her attorney said that. And so they caught her for quote unquote lying to the FBI under so she didn't do anything wrong.
Nope.
But they got her on a technicality.
Yep.
Just to say they got her. They
Yeah.
got Martha Stewart.
Ugh.
Oh my God. You
So-
watch it and you're like, oh, that makes me so angry.
Yes.
And she did it. And she still made a comeback because she's not going to be successful.
Right. Right.
And that's awesome.
I at the end when they show her walking through her garden and she's like prepping, and you could just see I love her.
She's no joke.
She's no joke.
To this day, I wouldn't want to cross her. Absolutely not. But and the other thing is it was sad because everybody in her life betrayed her.
I know.
Even her best friend did that. Oh, it's just a bummer to be. Sometimes you look at people, and we were saying this about Aaron Colton and on TV. You look at people on TV or on Instagram or whatever, and you think, oh, they're so lucky. They're rich and famous and beautiful and successful. You have no idea what's going on behind the scenes with that person.
Yeah.
Always remember that as we're approaching this holiday season. and it's a reminder to be thankful
Yes.
about things. Don't ever look at other people and think, oh, they've got it better than me, or they're so lucky. You don't know.
You don't know.
Be thankful for what you have. And I mean, because there's a lot happening. Don't hold yourself so close in comparison to people.
Right.
But I loved it. That was a good
Yeah,
recommendation.
good.
But I was like, I wonder.
Sorry to interrupt, but you also tried something.
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah, Michael.
try?
So thank you, Michael.
It was kind of like not the. I don't know. I feel like I could have done better.
No.
Was it enough?
More than that. So
Okay.
Michael comes into my office this week and he was like, Kristen, I know you've been dying to try the chicken mac. Yeah. Isn't he sweet? So he had the chicken mac and he cut me like a piece of it so I could get, it was great. I get it. It was delicious. But I was like, so you just have this? I'm like, you just got a chicken mac like for lunch for like, and he goes, yeah, it's awesome. I'm here for it. Which is funny. Cause I'm like, I couldn't have eaten a whole one, but it was.
Could you eat a whole Big Mac?
You know what? I don't know. It's been years since I've had it. I could eat a whole quarter pounder with cheese before, you know,
Yeah.
the E. coli situation. Although it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
McDonald's says it's okay now.
I have to say, when we were in Montauk for LIBDC,
Yeah.
we stopped at
Yeah,
and got the burgers.
Yes, the famous burgers
Oh
at
my
John's
gosh.
Drive-In.
John's Drive-In in Montauk.
Famous.
The best burgers.
So good. They're famous.
They are. So I've been trying to like remake them at home. Epic fail.
Well, even there, you're like, I'll have the little mini one. And I'm like, I'll have the normal one. Give me that burger. What are you talking about?
I like a smash burger, like
Yeah.
thin. I don't like them big.
I like them in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't like
But I've
it
been
too
trying to
big or
remake
too-
them, and it's just not. But I want to know, like, how do they? Like, he wrapped them, and they.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, the buns were so.
and the crinkle fries. That's where I went the day after my wedding. We took all the kids and we went to John's Drive-In and got the burgers in Montauk.
So cute.
But no, Michael let me try his chicken mac. He like thought of me and made sure he cut me.
So sweet.
Thank you. I feel like I'm seen.
I love that.
I'm seen now. I'm part of it. So and thanks for reminding me. Okay, the other thing I was going to tell you, real quick. Have you heard? Oh my God, I was going to read you. I shouldn't end with this. I've got some anxiety.
Okay.
Okay, I took a picture of it because, and I don't know if I'm going to have to put my glasses on, but I don't want to end with this.
All right.
because
Well, I have something.
Okay,
so
go
we
ahead.
can-
Go. You go.
Well, you don't want to end with it, so you go, and then I'll end.
Oh, dear God. Okay. Sharon and Michael, did you read the story of the man who was accused of trying to smuggle in tarantulas? Tarantulas into. Okay, here's the story. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is so horrific. Peruvian authorities arrested a 28-year-old South Korean man for allegedly, I don't know how this is allegedly because they caught him doing it, trying to smuggle hundreds of tarantulas, centipedes, and bullet ants, whatever
What is
those
a
are.
bullet
They sound
ant?
horrific, into the South American country. So this is where it gets horrible. Security officials at Peru's airport in the capital of Lima were conducting security checks on November 8th when they noticed a man who appeared to have a swollen stomach, according to a news release. So they said, they asked him to lift his shirt. They found dozens of camouflaged plastic bags and containers reinforced with adhesive tape tied to two belts. Upon closer inspection, I can't even, the officials noticed hundreds of dark crawling creatures that turned out to be 35 adult hand-sized tarantulas,
Oh my God.
285 juvenile tarantulas, 110 centipedes, and 9 bullet ants. Whatever the horrible thing that is.
Oh my God.
And they were crawling underneath his shirt.
First of all, why were you? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Who wants this?
Why are you?
Who wants these?
I don't
Why do these need to be
understand.
smuggled? Stop. Oh, that's a bullet ant. Oh my God. Stop.
gross.
I can't. Michael just showed us a picture of a bullet ant. It's enormous.
And like, where are you going?
Like a
Why do you think that
dinosaur ant.
you're going to be able to get through any sort of security with
He
that
almost
tied to
did.
you?
Hundreds. Can you imagine feeling them crawling against your stomach?
He obviously likes it. So- Who would do that?
I don't know if he likes it. He's getting paid by somebody.
Yeah.
I'm sure risking his life. Can you imagine getting on a plane? This is like a horror movie, like Snakes on a Plane, but some guy's got this stuff getting on a plane. I cannot. So I didn't want to end with that. So go.
God, now I'm like nauseous.
I know. I was like, this is why I read the paper.
Yeah.
This is in the paper. I'm like, is anyone reading this?
Does anybody see this?
Why? This should be the Today Show. How is this not breaking news?
That's crazy. You know what is breaking news, though?
Tell me. Tell me.
Did you hear a banana taped to a wall was sold in an auction for $6.2 million as an artistic piece? Sotheby's auction.
Okay.
Yeah, in New York City last night. This artist,
Like an actual banana?
with duct tape, taped to a piece of wall, sold for $6.2 million at the Sotheby's auction last night in New York City. The artwork was purchased by a cryptocurrency entrepreneur who says he plans to eat the banana as part of the artistic experience.
Shut up. He paid $6.2 million. This makes me want to find this guy with the tarantulas.
Introduce
and
him
unleash
to this.
them on. Yeah, because I'm like, you've got too much money. You're just wasting money.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Cryptocurrency guy?
Yep.
That's exactly
He
how I
wanted
feel about
to eat the
cryptocurrency.
banana as part of the artistic experience.
I want to shove that banana right in his mouth.
Tarantulas should crawl on his
face.
belly.
Gross. I mean, can you imagine having $6 million and having, first of all, how did that even get to be in Sotheby's?
In Sotheby's auction. I don't know.
Look, are you getting me started on like modern art now? Okay. Because there's some great MoMA, like there's some great, incredible modern art, but some of this interpretive art, I can't. Now you're trying to upset me.
I'm sorry.
You're trying to upset me.
Give me more
I need a
anxiety.
chicken mac.
Sorry.
Thank God we have Lilies here to make us feel better. We're going to eat our feelings. We're going to eat our feelings as soon as we finish this podcast. But that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. I'm also angry now.
Sorry.
About multiple things, but that's certainly a better way to end it. So if you don't have $6 million to blow on a banana that's with duct tape, that's okay. Neither do we. Just be thankful for what you have as we're Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes. Be thankful for each other.
Your health, happiness, just to live another day.
Yes.
Right. And we're thankful for you as our hot teas.
Yes.
And we'll hopefully, thankfully, see you next week. Oh, actually, no, we're not going to see you next week because we're taking Thanksgiving off.
Right.
So we are taking a week off. Hopefully this will get you through the next couple of weeks. We'll be back in December.
See you then.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island, thanks to our generous sponsor, Sands New York. Visit sandsnewyork.com for more information. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and X. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.